Hi everyone, if you're new to my channel, welcome to nothing, basically. Oh my god, not again. Serious right now? What the heck is that noise? That's that noise. That noise is done. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, welcome back to me working on stuff, not paying attention to the chat, and ignoring everything else around me. Anyway, yeah. This is it. I work on stuff, stop by every once in a while and see what I'm doing. Remind me back to work and get off TikTok. The usual. There we go.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another video.
You little fucker.
Today, we're going to be taking you guys to spend 24 hours at Dollywood. And yes, we are going to be attempting to eat a slice of the 25-pound apple pie. Further context will be provided later. In 1986, world-famous music sensation Dolly Parton bought a stake in the Silver Dollar City amusement park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, with the goal of bringing a world-class attraction to her hometown in the Smoky Mountains. And the park was then reopened for the 1986 season and all following as Dollywood. Now, we all know Dolly Parton for having a serious beef with a redhead named Jolene, running the best little whorehouse in Texas, and being a musical genius, able to compose songs by just the beat of her acrylic nails. And I would say pretty much everyone loves Dolly Parton. If you have a problem with Dolly, you have your own problems. And I have known that Dollywood, the Dolly Parton theme park, has existed for a long time. But I've never been, and I can't say I totally know what all is supposed to be in there. And even after watching some of the Dollywood content that's out there, I still don't really know. But I do know people really like it. So in order to get to the bottom of this, we decided we had to go and check it out ourselves. And spend way more than just 9 to 5, 24 hours actually, eating, thrilling, and being married, and attempting to unravel for any equally curious Dolly Parton fans, what is it really like at Dollywood? And yes, also, try and tackle the giant apple pie. But before we stuff our face, I do want to give
Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I work on stuff. You pop in every once in a while and see what I'm doing. Yell at me.
9 to 5 and any time in between. Damn, we did just do a 9 to 5 line, didn't we? How about the Grand Ole Opera-y browser? That's pretty good. Now, we are pretty big Opera fans and have been using it for quite a while at this point. I kind of consider it my little customizable productivity hub for writing, researching, and absolutely optimizing shopping online for things I probably don't need. This month's fixation, posture-correcting products, and their latest update has a lot of great features that I've found useful. To give your browser a nice personalized touch, you can super easily change your Opera browser's theme. Maybe to set a little mood lighting, like a little Aurora for some dusky script writing, or a Midsommar for some chill, cozy vibes. And to further set the mood, Opera's pop-out player allows you to listen to music, blast your lo-fi, or if you're into something more high-octane, play first-person Dollywood roller coaster videos all in one screen. So you don't need to open any additional windows or apps. I am exhilarated right now. I'm also a huge fan of their split screen feature, where you can open 2 windows in the same screen just by pulling one of your tabs downwards, so you can stay locked in one place while you're working. You can even pull up Opera's built-in AI tool Aria without changing screens or opening new tabs with their command line shortcut. Hey, that's fast. Almost as fast as this roller coaster. So if you want to support our channel and check out Opera, it's totally free. Just use my link in the description below to download Opera today. So with that, thanks again to Opera, and now, back to Dolly. So we made our way into the Smoky Mountains to follow our Dollywood dreams. And one thing I will say about Pigeon Forge, besides being surrounded by beautiful rolling hillside, there's like a volcanic museum.
It's a dry here. It is raining here. And last night we had a beautiful thunderstorm. And it's cold. And I put my garden in yesterday, so that's kind of meh.
It was a lot more than I expected. Oh my god,
Somebody's not wanting it. Look at these.
Dollywood. And to get to
Yes.
see and eat everything that we wanted to, we needed to start our
There.
24 hours right when the park opened at 10 a.m. All right. So we're at Dollywood right now. They just opened the gates.
There.
So people are flooding in. And
That's a little container then I can use for a tiny stash jar.
We thought that it might be like a bigger version of one of Dolly's
Well,
pirate
bye.
dinner shows or something, but it's a pretty sizable theme park with a lot of pretty big roller coasters you can see from different areas of the park and 11 different fully themed areas. We are currently in Show Street, the land right at the entrance of the park, which is where the bakery that sells the giant apple pie is located. The pie we are coming back for. We're gonna come back around for the pie. We can't end our day at 9 a.m. And instead, we're gonna head over to Jukebox Junction first to start our day off with a roller coaster. So it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be an exciting next few minutes.
To be honest, I had no idea there was roller coaster rides at Dolly World.
Harvest Festival. So it won't be October when this video comes out, but it is currently October. And that is the reason for the season, okay?
Autumnal, baby.
And also, yes, I am in some Dollywood-inspired attire. This is a custom outfit I got for the occasion from Jukebox Mama on Instagram. But yeah, I am not Dolly bound, but like a little bit. I did forgo a pair of cowboy boots since we had a full day of walking ahead of us, but there is hat potential later on. Okay, there are a few
Come here, you.
that sell hats, so a hat can be added.
Ah!
But after passing a
Oh, I
giant
feel like I missed one. Where's the other faces? Oh, there's no round face. Are these the only two?
Some early contenders for cowgirl hats.
Oh, I said hat potential later on, but
Kind of like that. Alright, do I have any volunteers for faces?
Jukebox Junction. Now, Jukebox Junction is a 1950s themed area inspired by Dolly's youth during that
Not big
time.
enough. Not bad. There you go.
And besides being generally 1950s chrome, it features a
Okay, we're gonna have to do those bigger.
restaurant, a rockin' roadway ride, and the lightning rod coaster sticking out of the side of the mountain.
This is the other one.
That's yes.
This unicorn thing.
What I expect right away is that these Dollywood roller coasters are not messing around. Our guide told us that even
Yeah, I
though
like Space and Darkness, so that goes with this one, this goes with that one. I do have some fake fur, so I will redo this quite soon.
and we're doing it first thing. So I guess let's get on it, shall we?
We skipped the coffee. Now we're here.
Named after 1950s hot
Okay, not hot
rods,
enough
the
yet.
lightning rod races both refreshingly and exhilaratingly through the fresh mountain air at 73 miles
It's
per hour and
ice for you.
a nice 165-foot drop. And this is definitely a more
the purple.
high-octane ride than you'd find at like Disneyland or Universal Studios.
Either one are good.
Islands of Adventure, if that makes sense.
We'll go with that one. And horns. We need little antlers. See what we got.
And though Tyler's hair was certainly as casual to blew your hair into like a fake
Go those. I did get some more, so. Oh, thank you too, actually, the dark purple. I'm gonna go with those guys.
But next up,
And then they'll ease me with, I need some Windex to work on some faces. I found the string, so I'm gonna use these. I'm so gonna get a couple of these staples in my feet.
Rivertown Junction to do a little eating. Dollywood has a lot of famous foods, and most of the other Dollywood videos I've seen have actually been about the food specifically, so I wanted to get some of those delectable Dollywood snacks into my mouth. Starting off with this giant skillet.
Does it have enough name? I'm not sure. But it's a giant skillet. And I've seen it in a couple other Dollywood videos, and I was drawn to it. Almost inexplicably, but at the same time, obviously.
This thing is impressively large even in person, and apparently the skillet master Cricket has been working at Dollywood since the day it opened, so she knows what she's doing with that giant skillet.
Big skillet.
And because it is Harvest Festival time, there is a special Harvest Succotash on the menu, which is packed full of fall vegetables like butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, and lightly spiced sausage, all stir-fried obviously.
It's weird comforting. Kind of like simple, but like needed. You know?
Yeah.
Cheese and vegetables? Yeah, I kind of do.
It is a pretty straightforward dish, and it doesn't taste super complex, but it is hearty and warm and lightly charred. A pretty good showing from the giant skillet.
You survived my favorite part, actually. Is the onions. Don't like popping boba.
Small onions or popping boba?
You said.
Now, just a few steps
Where'd it
down
go?
the road from the big skillet is an iconic Dollywood snack.
I haven't gone anywhere. I have not left where I've been standing and I've lost something.
Actually, not as large of a skillet.
Oh, there it is.
Another large skillet.
The demon section skill.
The demon section is large iron pan.
And though I would say I am the biggest kettle corn fan, I was an instant fan of kettle corn master Rick.
About the tactical gear, yeah. I feel like I could use some tactical popcorn here.
Yeah.
Right?
Though the gear is not just for intimidation factor, as apparently the kernels can pop up to 5 feet out of the kettle. So it's more of a kettle corn battle than you would expect.
Thank you.
The wild is calling. Beyond wild is
Yep, thanks for the thumbs up.
protein nutrition that awakens the wild within.
Come on, you.
Beyond wild, answer the call of the wild.
I guess my other dollar store where I get the slightly smaller wooden discs is having problems with tariffs, so we can't get them in. Fuck Trump.
Your baby stays comfortably dry.
Orange Antichrist bastard.
Dry all night.
Wind here's windy.
Visibly improved skin in 14 days.
Anyway, I heard Annabelle's on tour. Just went to a plantation down south, and you're just going to DC. I hope she enjoys her stay. It works her magic. You know, for the tourists.
Canadian Tire, you're here tackling your can-dos. Concentrating on repairs, your space, don't make yourself doable.
Thank you so much.
Anything above truck. Oh, wow, thank you. Making it rain.
Let's go! And I'm not trying to send for Rick here, but this is potentially a notch above other kettle corn I've tried.
Honestly, to me, kettle corn makes more sense fresh.
Yeah.
It was warm, sweet, and oily, but still very light, and I could potentially taste a little bit of that kettle.
There's like a little bit of like char, you know?
Yeah. I feel like I really put together the
Do I have any more? I have a whole pack of them, but this will do for now.
I always sleep with a kettle.
It's almost as important as the corn.
But in order to avoid turning this video into 24 hours of kettle corn munching,
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're just munching right now. You want to show me into the bag and then we can keep going?
Good little deal.
we had to move on to our next stop.
Tyler did most of it, but he ate most of the barbecue.
That's what it's there for.
After our snack intermission, we power strolled through the rest of Rivertown Junction, named for all of the water around here, I think, past a few literally 1,000-pound giant pumpkins.
Imagine sending in your 500-pound pumpkin and thinking it was going to be big enough, okay? Because it's not.
Past this recreation of Dolly's childhood Tennessee mountain home, and also past a very glitzy and glam gift shop, which it was hard not to stop and shop at.
I said I wasn't sure about cowboy boots all day at Dollywood, but these are pretty awesome.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of shimmer.
Before we veer to the right to get to our next land on the map, the village. There is a county fair area below here, which is like a kids' carnival ride area. We're here on this side of the park for the Dollywood Express, which is a coal-fired steam train which takes you on a 5-mile journey around the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. Basically around the circumference of the entire park, giving you a preview of some of the other lands and coasters to come. And I will say, it is pretty cute and calming and authentic, as the engine does blow off cinders into the air.
I actually noticed, I took some detail shots. I did notice some.
Yeah.
I think one
Where'd
did
it go?
enter the eye, but I'm okay.
Right.
It was not a medical emergency.
Yes.
The train conductor did specifically say that cinder in the eye was not a medical emergency, and please not to pull the emergency line, or else.
I was not going to pull the string under any circumstances.
But after our 20-minute ride on the Dollywood Express, despite being pretty cindered, I could still see, and I was ready to see, more of the park.
Oh, it smells incredible.
I smell smell different smells from all directions. Cinnamon and barbecue sauce.
Next up on the map was Craftsman's Valley, which is the main area that features Dollywood's signature local artisans and craftsmen, both to showcase their talents and also so guests can participate in the making of a craft of their choosing. There's a glass-blowing installation, they have a blacksmith, they have a leathersmith, they have a candle-making shop.
Which I feel like seems like a natural fit for us. We're actually doing another different themed activity later. We're actually here to eat and see the birds.
So just to satisfy my curiosity, we did try a pumpkin spiced rib from Miss Lillian's Barbecue Corner, which was nice, smoky, and tangy, but I wasn't sure if I could actually detect any pumpkin.
Imagine a pumpkin spice latte, back up the latte, and grenade that flavor.
I don't know why people are like, there's no pumpkin in the pumpkin spice latte. Well, of course not.
Smoked meat.
Pumpkin has not a spice.
But the must-try in Craftsman's Valley is the cinnamon bread, which is a Dollywood classic made fresh daily in this fully functional grist mill,
Like a Roman aqueduct. So what's going on here?
which is an exact replica of a water-powered mill, as it would have been in the 1800s when people in the Smoky Mountains relied on them to grind corn and wheat. And this cinnamon bread does smell amazing.
Oh, wow.
But once you're confronted with it head-on, it is a pretty formidable hunk of marinated bread.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that looks freaking delicious. Aw, now I want to go to Dollywood. Fuck you, Trump.
But I can confirm the flavor is great.
Whoa! I do believe it's butter. Oh, hold on. That was very amazing, but also just butter.
Yeah.
Let me try the other side.
You gotta dig in deeper.
There we
It's
go.
warm, fluffy,
One
very
little jackalope.
sweet and sugared cinnamony.
Oh, wow. Go ahead and
Hello. Sorry, I don't usually look at the conversation too much. But thank you for stopping in.
Bread under there, and not like cake or pastry, so there was some grounding to the whole thing.
It's like shades of the Cinnabon without the complete cream overload.
Right. No frosting, bread.
And though it is a very rich and decadent snack, that didn't stop me from going back in for a second piece.
I think I'm starting to
Ah, fucker. Ah, shit. Oops. That's my own fault.
I swear it's a TikTok trend.
Oh, okay. Tom goes, let me slide in, I want to take another ride. And that's what she comes back with.
Okay, what's next?
After our off-camera hands had had their fill of cinnamon bread, we ran into Miss Lillian, aka the Chicken Lady, who is one of the only roaming face characters at Dollywood.
Oh, there's chicken paparazzi everywhere today.
But unlike with somewhere like Disney or Universal, I don't think there are multiple actors who play her. I believe there is only one Miss Lillian, and she is not based on anyone from Dolly's life, but is her own very vibrant character.
Now, look at here. I think we need a chicken interview. Oh,
I have to be honest, I was at least one step behind on the chicken improv.
please, girl. Man, you're getting a story out. That's the video.
Fuck.
And my chicken dance did leave a bit to be desired,
Oh, she's a chicken influencer.
but I will happily accept the title of chicken influencer, although it did seem like she was one step away from giving that title to Tyler instead.
What's your beauty secret?
Fast roller coasters.
Oh, that's true. It worked out real good.
Though influenced by Miss Lillian, I did decide it was finally time to find a hat, and picked one up at the Valley Hat Shop a little bit up the pathway.
Hat.
An option, right? An option.
Though there were quite a variety of hats for sale here,
Let's give him Joe Exotic.
Oh, exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, perfect.
I decided to go with this one with the sort of winged up brim.
This is kind of cute.
Big time brim?
I like the exaggerated side slit.
Yeah.
I feel like in its own way it's kind of witchy, which is what put it over the edge for me, and at some point in the video, I will start wearing it for good.
I have to decide when I want to begin having fun hat hair. So,
Everything's fluffy. Everything is fluffy.
hair might start now.
Now,
My
our
dog
next
is
stop
running and
technically
kicked
still
me in
Craftsman's
my
Valley,
sleep
even though we
in
are
my
winding our way
ribs,
up the
and
right edge of the
it's not
frontier.
a shoot. Oh God. She just really loves you.
Yes,
She loves you so much. She just need to wake you up.
which is actually home to the country's
Mine
largest collection of
is,
non-releasable American bald eagles, as well as
600, not 600, Jesus fuck. 68 pounds.
Dolly is
and I have to carry her from the car into the vet to the back and put her on the table because she will not walk.
I do feel a special connection to them.
All right, we're gonna get a meet a bird.
Okay. You're hoping for now.
I don't know.
We'll see. First up on the glove was Challenger, who is actually a famous bald eagle, a bird influencer, if you will.
He reminds me a lot of my cat, so I'm having to really control the impulse, just be like, "Rrr."
Oh, yeah, the pet. Well, he might just pet your back and you
Yeah.
don't want that. So.
And as a lowly chicken influencer, I was pretty in awe to be in his presence. Though at 35 years old, he is now
Oh, you
retired.
bitch. Stick.
Both millennials.
There we go.
We have that in common.
Over the years,
the
he's
main.
flown in commercials, over NASCAR races, and even NFL games.
That was the Eagles game? Yes, so he was the Philadelphia Eagles mascot there for a little while.
He was the.
How about that?
He was the
Oh, no, I don't have any. I don't think I have anything.
Crossing my fingers all day that we might get to meet an owl, and then suddenly Buster appeared, who was amazing and extremely tiny and an eastern screech owl.
Oh my god.
He's so cute. This one also looks like my cat.
I think I have light
He
pink
lost his eye
actually.
after being hit by a
Alright.
car, but with the one eye he had remaining, he was surveying us quite intensely.
He does look like Cosmo.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
He's camouflaging into the background. Like, where is he?
There we go. Alright.
And though Buster may not
Rid of this.
feature like Challenger, he is famous to me.
He's totally posing.
There's also some bird living quarters right behind the bird feeder.
There are some more birds over here. I think this is like their house. Sadly, the turkey vulture not in the building today, but there is another owl named Desi, and he's looking all sassy right now.
I was very happy to see Desi, though I hope he was not so disgusted with us that he involuntarily vomited.
Oh my god! Is he about to cough up a hairball or is he yawning? Oh my god, he's totally about to cough up a hairball. Hi!
There we go.
Maybe he's a cat.
Now,
My labor are to enjoy, to dream, and to keep dreaming.
There we go.
Irresistibly smooth milk chocolate from the lymph matrix.
That looks better already, just cutting all that shit off.
Moment of bliss.
Let's see, what can I do with this?
Huh. We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
I'm okay.
Your next travel story is waiting.
Jump in the line.
The all-new WestJet
Okay, I believe you.
Finish Ultramax delivers the ultimate clean, even on the toughest stage.
Hope this works. Oopsie, don't get too ambitious.
You'll want to hear something absolutely wild. More than 48% of content creators are making less than $15,000. You could not live by that in one year.
But the game has completely changed because
All right.
of ManyChat models. So what does this actually look like? The first step is we have people post a word underneath one of our videos. We give away an herb course. So we would have course, as the keyword. And then we send them a message. Here's what you asked for. Don't you want it? Most people say yes. The really cool thing.
There we go. That is so much better.
Closer relationship and actually
Don't want to do anything complicated, so we're just going to glue him down.
implement this into your business. I promise you.
Do that, we're just going to trim him up.
Coming in for your business every single day with the content they're already posting. Get started with ManyChat today.
I need to get pretty much to the first. I need to get rid of the.
now crossing over Owen Street to the left, which is another one of the 11 lands, we rounded the corner in the back of the park to enter our next land, Wilderness Pass.
Let's see if I can just get away with gluing it.
Like, yeah. That's so sweet. This movie, like, come on.
And on the horizon appeared a very intimidating sight,
Look at that roller coaster. I know. I'm excited.
the Wild Eagle roller coaster, which was technically our next stop.
He said,
It is a little bit wide.
I know. Go
Well,
birds.
I
The
think we
Wild
can
Eagle
work with
is
that.
America's first ring coaster, where you, the rider, are basically suspended from the end of this giant eagle's wing with your legs dangling in the air.
Yes.
it'll be fine, right? I'm not gonna remake that scene.
Really should have done this
And
before.
initially, I thought
Put
that
the
I could
face
embody
on,
the
but-
spirit of Challenger, upgrade myself to a birdfluencer, and fly like an eagle, but the whole feet dangling thing really freaked me out, actually. And I ended up having to close my eyes for the entire ride.
Now, see, I prefer the feet dangling.
I couldn't keep my eyes open. Tyler apparently did keep his eyes open and pointed
Double pointed.
at the camera, maybe.
One's on the drop and one's on the loop.
Okay, you're not showing them your hair enough. Tyler looks like the owl.
Yeah.
No, doesn't he look like the owl?
Screeching owl.
And in addition to wrecking Tyler's hair, this ride also produced one of the most unflattering images of me of all time.
A lot of smiles being had there.
Thoroughly shaken up, we passed some lounging pumpkins and made our way to our next activity at the Hansville Wax Company.
I promised a wax activity, right?
Yes.
As the name implies, at Hansville, you basically just make a wax cast of your hand, which was enough of a sell for me.
I like the tactile element, so I chose this.
Yes.
And surveying their past work, I quite liked the Quiet Coyote and the Grope, but in the end, decided to go for the classic rock and roll hands. And basically, the way the molding works is that the attendant alternates dipping your hand into the hot paraffin wax and then into the ice water.
Ooh, yeah, I felt it harden. Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
To build up a layered wax mold.
Woo! You can wax your hand. Nice! Oh my gosh, look.
Then dip that into your choice of colored wax to give it some flair and fill it up with paraffin pellets. And voila, you have a wax replica of your hand.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of love it, actually.
It's a hand.
Cute.
Two right hands, wait.
Think from the Addams Family vibes intensify.
It's my disembodied hand.
So with our hand in
Come
hand,
on.
we headed through the rest of Wilderness
Come
Pass
on,
deep
you.
into the back part of the park.
Wait till you set before I can go to the next part. About the tail.
Dollywood pretty big,
Yeah.
Right? You've been fans. Like, this is a new extra area of the park.
Keeps going.
It does keep going.
This land in the far back here is called Wildwood Grove and is the new in Dollywood, having opened in 2019. It's kind of a kid-oriented fun area, but it is very pretty back here, and weaving around the whole land is the track of the Big Bear Mountain Coaster, which is the longest ride at Dollywood.
I'm gonna
with
need the
over 39
sewing part.
feet of travel.
Damn it. Oh well, has to happen sometime.
Yes.
Do you have more of these to take apart?
There are
Great.
a lot of drops or hills.
Where
but
is
don't
the needle and
look
thread?
like
Look at the thread. It just needs something to stab it with.
It is pretty fast and exhilarating, and operates kind of like a Hot Wheels track,
That was very close.
where there are like accelerators throughout that blast you through the nice evening mountain air. It was,
I'm gonna
however,
keep it long. Fuck it.
unintimidating enough to finally also keep my eyes open and attempt to point at our cameraman on the ground.
Where is he? Where is he?
However, I would be surprised if I pointed
Nope,
in the
never
right
mind.
direction even once.
Okay.
That one was the best.
Yeah, that was good.
Mostly fun, not very scary.
No.
Not scary farms. Only Dollywood, wholesome fun.
Now, to complete our park loop, we head back through Wildwood Grove and down Timber Canyon, sort of like the back alley that will take you back to the front of the park. There are a few coasters and a pretty big drop ride back here, but we were pretty singularly focused.
What would
on
I do if I
seeing
was a billionaire?
pumpkins, because this is
Besides
also where
free
the
healthcare,
great pumpkin
free medical,
Woodhouse
free everything,
Walk was.
I would
Like,
build theme
technically,
parks.
We were going through it backwards. I did enjoy the flock of pretty jack-o'-lanterns.
Free to enter.
and the pumpkin
If you behave yourself, if you get misbehave yourself, you're banned for life.
Great pumpkin. Pumpkin. I hope she thinks not to go.
You can't have nice things.
And after passing the
Can't have
signature
them.
Dolly giant butterfly made of pumpkins, we were back where we had started.
Butterfly made of
at
pumpkins.
Show
Oh yeah,
Street.
so it was.
We have saved the Dolly paraphernalia and the pie for last.
Now, though I would say there is definitely some Dolly theming throughout the park, it's a little bit less in your face than you might think from the name Dollywood, but there is one region of the park right below Show Street that is 100% Dolly, the Dolly Parton experience.
Do you perhaps see that giant purple thing?
I do.
That's where we're going.
Yes.
That.
Yeah.
Which is an area that houses the sort of Dolly Museum aspects of the park. Inside this giant purple butterfly building is an exhibit called Songteller, which takes you through Dolly's life from her childhood in Locust Ridge, Tennessee, onto Nashville, and eventually the world stage, as well as highlights her current philanthropic work.
That's a lot of books. Wow. Yeah.
There's also another exhibit called Behind the Seams, which houses many iconic Dolly outfits and wigs,
I like how you can tell Dolly short and stacked.
as well well as a recreation of Dolly's tour bus as it would have been when she was traveling the country on tour. And after soaking it all in, I did feel pretty ready to head back to our hotel, but we promised everyone some pie. So we swung by the Spotlight Bakery in Show Street near the entrance, which sells the famous 25-pound apple pie, baked to perfection in a cast iron skillet. Now, we had absolutely no delusions of being able to eat 25 pounds of apple pie.
Actually, there's weight to this.
So we ordered a 3-pound slice of apple pie to go, which was still pretty insane looking in its sizable box.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Pie for giants? Actually, I feel like an American Girl doll. I feel like I'm an American Girl doll. This is like a human-sized piece of cake.
And with our box of pie under my arm, we passed through the Dollywood Emporium on our way to the exit.
It's a vest for your doggy party.
And then it was out into